Hi, I'm Barry Conrad, and this is Banter with BC. Cheers.
Cheers, Barry. These aren't going to last long.
They're not. And today I'm here with my guest, Miles Bugby. Miles, do you want to introduce yourself to the people?
My name's Miles Bugby. I don't really know what else I'm going to say, but yeah, we're going to hopefully find out a little bit more about myself.
Miles is a former professional tennis player, model and actor, super talented. So pumped that you're on the show.
Thank you. I mean, I need you to intro me more often, I think. This guy's pumping me up. But yeah, thank you very much for having me. It's an honor. I'm excited. More for the food, maybe not your banter, but we'll see.
Yeah. And to kick things off, we like to start with something called Two Truths and a Lie. Do you know how this works?
I do.
You're up.
Okay, first one, I played tennis with Novak Djokovic at Wimbledon.
Okay.
Second one is I was cast to be the hero of Tag Heuer commercial with Ryan Gosling playing as my stuntman.
Okay.
And the third one is I spent more time in the air flying than I did back in the UK last year.
I'm gonna say the lie is the second one.
It's not.
I thought you were the stuntman for...
Yeah, well, this is what a lot of people thought. Yeah, this.
I can't believe this has just happened again. I told him just before this started that I'm historically known for not getting these right. My guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's.
So you...
I was cast for it. So this is what happened. I basically go to cast as the hero. So the first shot was meant to be me coming out, fighting all these people, dive through a window.
Yeah.
The actual stuntman flies through the window. And then Ryan gets up and I go over to him, dust him off. I'm like, great job, man. And then it follows him with the watch as the stuntman. So he played a stuntman in the movie Fall Guy.
Yeah.
And so that's what they were trying to play on. So that's what I was cast for. And then typically, I mean, it's a gray area, but I've worded it as casted because that's what it was. But the actual commercial in the end, they cut my scene because they only had Ryan for one day in the end. So I ended up just being a stand-in for him, which, yeah. It was still a great experience, but yeah, it was good.
This guy's first ever one is like, I'm nervous about this, mate. And I think it's simple. You got it.
I got it. Let's go.
Here we go. My turn.
Okay.
I still haven't bungee jumped. I got into intermittent fasting because of you, Jackman. And I've met Roger Federer 3 times.
I mean, I'm going to say Federer 3 times. You've not. There's no way.
You're correct.
Yeah, I was like, but nice try. That was any tennis question. You might get you on.
Did I even?
Yeah.
I think 3 times is the thing every
I should have done twice.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah. Let's see. Thank you.
So how was that then? Working on the commercial and then did it lead to anything?
Yeah, it was obviously amazing. It was good experiences. Disappointing that I obviously didn't get to do what I was set out to do, but at the end of the day, it was still a great experience. They ended up actually asking me to stand in for him as well on the Fall Guy. So that was also great to see like a production that size and just see everything being done and how Ryan works, how like laser focused he is on everything and how methodical he is on everything. So it was amazing. Yeah,
it would have been an education, right? Like,
yeah.
Learning from like one of the best.
No, absolutely. It's kind of like invaluable, kind of experience.
Yeah. So what's the most spontaneous thing you've ever done?
My life in general is very spontaneous because I'm always waiting. Like everything's very last minute. People get very annoyed with me because a lot of my friends will be like, "Oh, Miles, can you come do this?" I'm like, "Look, I'm not gonna lie, I can't commit to it because I don't know when I'm next gonna be having to go for a job or whatever." And then all of a sudden, boom, I'm off. I had a like holiday booked to go to like Western Australia when I was first out here, and something I'd always wanted to do and travel from Perth and go up to Ningaloo and swim with whale sharks and literally a few days before I'm supposed to go, I get the call, "Hey Miles, you need to go do this job in Fiji for a hotel." And it's like, oh no, and it was good money. It was a great thing. And yeah, unfortunately had to go do that. So it's just one of those things. I think, like I said, everything's very spontaneous. Nothing crazy out of the, I would say, too crazy.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, no, it's not bad. That's it.
Still though, I mean, that must present its own challenges because as someone who travels a bit, like having missed, like you miss weddings, birthdays, special occasions, so it's hard to sort of commit to things like that's hard, right?
100%. It's pretty tough because you feel like you let a lot of people down, and at the same time, they know that's part of my life and my job. But when I say I'm going to do something, I do it. So
yeah,
that's why I don't like. I'm always, and Miles is always on the fence. It's because I don't want to say yes. It's just I'll 100% do it. So yeah, I think all my close friends, they understand that about me. But other people might actually see it as me being flaky when actually I'm not being flaky. It's just I'm actually not going to commit until I 100% know, because my word is my bond. If I say I'm going to do it, I do it. So that's
proof that putting is here today. So there we go.
Yeah, I made it just. Yeah. And what about you?
Turn the tables on me.
Yeah.
What do you want to know?
So it was spontaneous.
The most spontaneous thing was probably I took a solo trip to Bali in 2019. I'd never traveled on my own before without not working. And so I thought, let me just book this flight, go over here, do this for myself. I felt a bit nervous at first, but I got so much out of it. Just being alone, experiencing a new environment, learning a lot of lessons, being out of my routine. It's so interesting. I was talking to Wes, you can't see him at home. We were talking about this as well, how much value there is in traveling on your own.
100%. Yeah.
Just for a holiday, just to learn so many lessons about yourself, about your environment, finding the adventure and wonder and discovery. Because in your normal life, it's hustle and work and stuff. So that was awesome.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. Having that time by yourself is very, very important. You also learn a lot about yourself. Yeah. I've come from a sport which is individual sport. I traveled the world doing that, and then come into something, the modeling, acting, everything's, again, you're on your own, really. Yes. And I spend a lot of time by myself traveling. So it's hard at times, for sure, but I definitely think it's made me a better person, and because I'm very aware of myself, and I think that's only a good thing. Yeah. To then, when I have friendships and relationships, because I understand myself so well, I'm able to give the best version of myself to the people around me. Yeah, so I think there's so many people rely on other people, and then that's where it can, not be great for them. Yeah. So, yeah, my advice is spend time by yourself because it's good. Get to know yourself well. That's it. That's what I'd say.
You heard it here first.
That's it.
Miles, you're a multi-talented man. You're a former professional tennis player, eventually into modeling and acting. Do you find any skills from tennis transferable into the entertainment industry? Do you find anything surprising, like, oh wow, I can use this skill or something I've learned during my time in tennis in showbiz?
100%. Tennis, you're on your own. Well, when you're on the court at least. Yes, there's a lot behind the scenes which people don't see. You've got your teams and things like that. But really, when you're at the top of the game, you're traveling with big teams. You've got lots of money to be able to afford it. Lower level, you're on the grind. It's pretty brutal down there. Yeah, you don't get to see that. For me, I think learning how to deal with adversity down there and being on your own, it kind of was very useful when I first got into especially modeling. Again, same thing, you're on the road constantly. You're on your own, really. You've got no one kind of holding you apart from your agents and stuff, but no one really teaches you what to do. And I got into it late. I got into modeling, I was 27. We're just lucky. I think most advertising things, they don't want necessarily young kids. The higher end brands, they're more established, older guy. So I think that helps. I also, hopefully, not looking my age, but
we're not passing old. We're not going to go to that.
But
good food?
Yeah, good food.
Really good?
Good food.
Good fries.
I'm not married and I don't have kids. That helps.
Yeah. No stress.
So, yeah, sorry to all my friends that have kids and are married. But
we love
we love marriage. Yeah, we love kids too, but it is a stress. My poor friends. Being able to transfer that skill set, I think also just that competitive nature and also wanting to learn, also understanding your body. Movement is so important. I think if you were to get someone just off the street and be able to say, okay, you're going to move this way, that It's actually harder than it looks, weirdly.
Yeah.
And even like any acting classes that when I'd started, they were just like, wow, you move really well. You also breathe really well. You do all these things which trained actors learning, which I had no idea. That wasn't my thing. Tennis has been my thing. Sports been my thing. But from tennis, it's naturally transferred into the entertainment industry. What about you? You doing any sports?
This guy's like turning every question on me.
It's not all about me. Come on, man.
Guess. I don't play any team sports now, really, but I did play a bit of cricket and tennis. I'm not going to even say tennis when I do. A bit of that when I was younger, but I guess all I can draw from that very amateur time, because I wasn't pro, is what you were saying, discipline. That's the biggest word, discipline, routine. This is what I need to do to be able to achieve this. And I think in a very small way, on a bigger scale, you're saying that, like, it's really helped. I think with the breathing and knowing how to move your body and all those things, I totally see that. And speaking of modeling, what was the most surprising thing about starting that whole path, and what's the biggest stereotype you think surrounding what you do?
Well, when I first started and they said, okay, you're going to have all your travel covered, you're going to be paid, and you're going to be fed on set, you're going to have all these things guaranteed. And I'm like, wow, that's pretty good. Tennis, I mean, you're covering everything. I was always out of pocket.
Really?
Even if you won one of the lower level tournaments, the lowest level were called $10,000 future. And that was across the board. But if you won the tournament, you'd win like $1,000.
Yeah.
That's not covering, and that's not really doing much, right? And that's only one player that gets that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not about the money there. It's about obviously trying to pick up the points and build your way up. It's an investment. But when I stepped away from that world and then, I get into the modeling and they're like, yeah, you're guaranteed all this. I was like, wow. So for me, that was a huge shock and also a bit of a relief. But at the same time,
bit of relief.
I was just like, this is nice.
Thank you.
Yes. But then at the same time, I never knew when my next job was coming. So that was also hard, and you didn't know what to do with all this spare time. So I had to try and figure out that side of things, which was hard. Stereotype, I would have to say models don't eat.
Zoom in.
I smash food like no other. Like, everyone's like, Miles, I don't know where you put it. I'm very active. So I think that's where it goes, non-stop. So if,
Just goes to the hair.
Yeah. Well, that'd be nice, right? Yeah. If I'm not working, then I'll be playing tennis or in the gym, or I don't know, doing something. That's what I like to do. Yeah, I need my fuel. That's for sure.
You need to eat.
Yeah.
That's what, case in point.
Yeah, and I think, everyone's body type's different, but at the end of the day, I had one of my good friends actually say to me, Miles, there's no way you eat what you want. And I was like, well, I promise you I do. I just also don't like to eat lots of rubbish, I'll eat reasonably healthy.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong, I have a massive sweet tooth.
Really?
I love my ice cream, candy.
Chocolate?
Yeah. I'll eat it all, but I won't sit there and just destroy like a whole chocolate bar regularly.
You're yelling at me.
Yeah, I might do it. Don't get me wrong. I might do it once.
I do that.
Yeah, I might do it once in a blue moon, but I'm not gonna just sit there every night. Just be like, after dinner, just be like, I'm gonna destroy this. That doesn't happen. But yeah, that's what I would say.
And so on that, drop the Miles Bugby workout nutrition situation, because on the road, it's hard to keep consistent. How do you juggle?
I think it is, it is difficult when you're traveling a lot. What's important is, for me in America, I'm a member at a gym called Equinox, which, they're scattered around the US.
Yeah.
Between the two cities I'm at, mostly LA and New York. So that helps me. So no matter where I am there, I tend to just, it's part of my routine, basically. Yeah. I find if I don't work out, and again, this is something I learned early days of my modeling career, was when I stopped tennis and I was modeling, I was just like, I'm just gonna, just model, whatever. And I didn't want to go to the gyms in London, because I was so used to having kind of my own space, training as an athlete, And then I'd go to these fancy gyms in London, and I was like, oh, these people are just awful.
Like what? What do you mean?
Just posers, you know.
Yeah.
Like when I go to the gym, I work and I work hard, and that's it. And then whereas these people, they're influencer type, and they're just in there taking photos of themselves. I'm like, bro, what? You know what I mean?
Work out.
Why are you here?
Yeah,
Take a photo.
exactly. Yeah.
They'll be there like 5 minutes.
It's like,
And I'm like,
did the workout,
Yeah.
haircut done. Yeah.
got the photo.
Yeah.
So there's that. And then there's, the workout classes I started to get into a little bit. I mean, I avoided them because I was like, these trainers don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
And there's like 100 people in this class. How can they, actually help? I had a few friends that, started training and I started to go and actually really respected what they did and how they managed it, and kind of looked at it as how I would teach tennis in a group or something like that. So I found that was my thing I needed to do in my life when I wasn't working. Like I said before, I just avoided it, and I was just like, okay, well, I'm not working. I'm just going to relax. I'm going to watch some TV.
Chill.
I was like, I was never used to that. I was never had chill time. So I enjoyed it for 2 months, and then my mind was like going, no. And then I got back into, really training hard. And for me, wherever I am, I have to make sure that I train. Food, I don't know. Like I said, I try and eat well wherever I am, sorry. But there's no real plan.
Yeah.
I have a set kind of workout plan, but various gyms and hotels and stuff might not have everything. So then I get creative.
Yeah.
I love running, so I do a lot of running and
Really?
sort of intervals, things like that. Yeah, running was probably one of my best sports as a kid growing up. Yeah.
Long distance.
Yeah, middle distance to long.
Yeah, I can't do. I have to do hill sprints because I feel like joint wise, I feel like the explosive situation is good for me. I used to do long distance when I was like way younger, but I feel like props to people that can do that.
Yeah, I bet again that was a mental thing.
Yeah.
So a lot of people thought I was crazy, and I would probably agree with them.
Yeah.
Because I enjoyed pushing myself to the limit. One of my questions actually was going to be on that, or the two truths and a lie.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I'm so competitive that I wanted to win this race so bad and set the record that I made myself sick in the middle of the race. I was coming up to the end and I was pushing myself so hard, I threw up.
You sure?
Carried on. Yeah, I just do that.
Far out.
I was just a little bit unhinged, but it was good because it kind of translated into everything I do. I'll push myself hard, I work hard, and I think that kind of always sets you in good stead. If I'm away, running, that's always a good thing. And the endorphins it lets off it's unreal.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's relaxing as well, right? So good.
Well, not my type of running, it's not relaxing.
You must be unhinged kind of a situation.
My friend I live with here, I took him for a run and he was like, Matt, I can't do this with you. You're crazy.
Okay, note to self, don't expect to take along.
Yeah, well, I'll take you.
I'll wait for you on the other side.
Yeah, we'll go. That's it.
2 minutes into it, I'll be like, you know what, I want to...
The problem is now as well, I still think I can do what I could do, 10 years ago. Yeah, right. Which makes it even worse. So the pain.
Yeah.
I did the city to surf,
Did you do it this year?
Last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, my buddy's a good runner, and he was like, "Okay, we're just gonna do it sub-hour." And I hadn't been running at all, and I'd just been traveling I went New York, LA to Sydney to Cairns. I had a job up there, and then I had to fly back to Sydney, and then literally the next day, I had to go run this. Yes, please, thank you. And bad situation. Bad situation, but I pushed myself and I just hit 1 hour and 1 minute, which I was gutted about.
Because of the one.
I was so gutted. Yeah.
So I think you should take Barry for that.
Yeah. No, 100%.
Are you saying this because of you want to be entertained, or you think you'll be able to keep up?
No, I reckon he's gonna text me and be like SOS.
Where's he?
He's gonna be like,
No, 100%.
call me and tell me.
I'll do it. I'll give it a shot.
No, we're gonna go.
I'll give it a shot. I'm competitive as well, but I also know when they quit. If I'm gonna die 5 minutes in, then I'll go.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Yeah.
if you come up to the northern beaches, I can take you there. Where my mate basically passed out when I took him. we ran all the way down to Church Point and then went to run back up this hill to Baby where I live, and this hill is like this. I get like halfway up and turn around and like, Scott, where are you? He's like passed out behind a car.
He's in the ambulance,
Yeah.
right at the back.
He's like, I'm gonna bath. That's like, oh my God.
You just left him to die on the dust?
No, I actually got a video of it. Just
That's fun.
yeah.
Give me a hill though. I'm all for the hills.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I'm saying. It sounds like you're pretty good at that.
I could do the hill.
Okay.
Okay, game on. Let's go.
Let's go.
In the theme of what you were talking about running, when you sustained your knee injury, I mean, that changed the whole trajectory of your life, arguably for sure. And so how did you navigate that time mentally?
It's a very good question, because when I was competing, I think it was 2013. I mean, I'd had problems for about a year prior. My knees were sore, and I just carried on playing because I was just, thought it would just pass or whatever, and I keep training and it would be okay. I just thought, look, we're athletes, we're always gonna have some sort of pain. I just thought I could play for it. And also I didn't have the finances to just take time off to do it. So when I finally had an investor, he became a very good friend of mine, super thankful to him as well. He really helped, me as a person and my tennis. And just unfortunate that as he came on, I was just like, my knees just were really sore. So I was like, all right, I'm going to take time off. They said I ended up having to take a year off.
Wow.
I had a thing called tendinopathy. So I was having to do all this, kind of weight bearing stuff on my knees. And yeah, it took a long time, but I came back like the fittest I'd ever been. My trainers, they were amazing. And yeah, I went off to Israel to play my first tournament. The first couple of weeks were pretty bad because I just wasn't match fit really. And then by the third week I was playing amazing. And I was like, right, this is it. I had everything kind of set, like finances. I felt, I had that pressure off. I had that support, with my coaches, my trainers, and that was amazing. I was like, I'm going to do it proper, and my game was great. Go to Thailand and I pulled my hamstring.
Yeah.
I think that was a real difficult moment. It wasn't like a really bad tear or anything, but it was substantial where, my trip out there was completely ruined. Yeah. And it just put me in a bad headspace again after being out for a year, putting everything into it and being like, wow, this is your body. My auntie always said to me, she was a ballerina, and she was just like, look, you've got one body, that you need to keep going to school. You need to keep studying because your body might let you down. And I was like, nah, I'm fine. My auntie unfortunately had MS and passed away from MS. And
sorry to hear that.
Thank you. And she, was very much in the right way of, saying that to me. And I'm glad I continued going to school. Not that I've really used any of it, but yeah, I just found that was a real difficult moment, that hamstring. And I don't think I dealt with my mental state during that year off. I actually probably went through quite a bit of depression, but I didn't realize it. I just thought I was being a little bit soft, as most us guys think. Yeah. And it wasn't until that injury happened, I was like, right, I need to just step it up. And that's when I went off to America to see my friend who's an actor. He was dating a model, and they both suggested I got into the business that I'm in now. So that was it really.
And the rest is history.
Yeah, like you said. So thank you, knees, kind of. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, isn't that tricky? How something that could be so awful and impossibly hard to get through, and then look at what it's turned into.
Yeah, I've been very lucky. Yeah, it's not. There's also the side of me still that's like, maybe if I pushed through, I would actually be living my dream, my proper dream, which was to play tennis at the highest level. Yeah, there's still a part of me that feels like I had that level in me, but we'll never know, and that's okay. I'm happy with how my life's planned out, and I never want to ever live with any regrets. So I just keep pushing forward and taking any opportunity that comes my way.
So good, man. Awesome.
Yeah.
Got a little caviar pieces on there, mate.
Do you like caviar?
Yeah, it's all right. One of my friends actually worked for a caviar company for a brief moment.
Get some hookups?
Yeah,
I didn't think I was much of a caviar person until I have it. It's all right.
It's good.
I'm not like one for like anything super fishy, you know.
This is hilarious because, like, okay, hold on. And the only people that I know that have said this,
Are Brits?
I'm trying to say this in a PC way, like, not black.
Yeah.
Deal.
Not black people.
They're like, this other friend of mine, she's like, I like seafood, but it can't be too fishy. I'm like, it's seafood. Or like, I like fish, but it can't be too fishy. I'm like, it's fish.
Yeah.
So
So what do I mean? Like when it's a bit too pungent, you know, and it's a bit strong. You can smell it, taste it. It's a bit. This is fine. This is great. This is not, for me.
I think it just means it's not fresh.
Exactly. You know, when it's not fresh, when it smells too much. Yeah. You must know that, the difference, surely. You must every now and again get some fish and you'll be like,
Yeah, if it stinks. I'm like,
right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's
I thought it's like more of a texture thing.
right. No, I don't mind it. I hate anchovies. And what about sea urchin?
You know what you should try? And
Sea urchin.
I know you hate anchovies, but if you take like fresh sourdough bread, like a roll, cut it up, toast it, cream cheese.
Yeah.
It's actually so good.
Yeah.
So good. Like tonight, what would you make? Would you make like a steak? Would you?
I think my favorite thing to cook is I love fajitas.
I was not expecting that. There was no. Okay.
I know it's
Mexican.
Yeah. I went to university in New Mexico, so there's a little bit of.
Okay.
But Albuquerque. Yeah, Albuquerque, New Mexico, 505.
505.
And yeah, for me, it's quick and easy for one, but also lots of flavors. I make my own like guacamole.
Love guacamole so much. I'm good at making it too.
Yeah, and it's it's just fresh products, you know, in there. It's nice. Yeah, and I don't know, it's something about me being almost like caveman-esque when you use your hands and you're just
I try to like be really presentable on the show, but I'm like, if I was at home, I'd be like,
yeah, exactly.
But I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, okay. I'm like, holy man.
This is it.
It slips out sometimes.
Yeah.
Or our editor John will like deliberately to be like being like
Yeah.
like during a really intense question, like, are you even paying attention to the guests?
Yeah.
Are you just eating?
And you're just absolutely going back to the
South Africa, I know.
South African roots, man.
Because you know, like, evidence in South Africa we called steak our protein and chicken our vegetables.
Yeah.
We just eat so much meat there.
Yeah.
Just like so much braai. Just like
Braai.
You know braai?
Yeah.
Because biltong, just braai boerewors, Mrs. Ball's chutney.
Where in South Africa?
Cape Town, the best
Cape
city ever.
That's a good city. Yeah.
So
I went
have you
there
been?
I've only been once for work. I did a fragrance commercial out there like 2 years ago.
So beautiful
It
there.
was amazing.
It's nice.
I was there, 4 days and really cool. Yeah, I want to see more. I mean, you know, a lot of people compare it to a similar city to here,
I agree, actually.
and I can definitely see it. I think they're very similar. I just feel here, obviously, it's just not quite as raw. But yeah, it was a cool place. Really enjoyed it.
Did you go up to Table Mountain?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah. I didn't climb up. Yeah, I didn't have time.
Yeah.
So I just got the tram up with
Cable car?
with the team that I was working with.
Did you squeeze in a safari while you were in South Africa?
No. Okay, so that's probably my number one thing I want to do.
What do we have here, Ruta? We have a pork cutlet and we have a pappardelle, which is my favorite.
Yeah.
That's so nice. Can I load you up?
Let me up.
Load you up.
Let's
do it.
this is delightful.
This is so good. This is so good.
Okay, bets of me getting this down my white top. Oh my god. This was is a brand new top from All About Brown. Quick plug. Oh yeah. And hopefully I don't destroy it. That would not.
You can do.
No, I was like, far out. You've got to be kidding me. No, it's a little bit of chili.
That's brave wearing that.
I did not know the menu, but
When it comes to me, there's always food. It's just the deal.
that's it. You want some
Yes, please.
Parmesan?
Thank you so much.
All right. So good. So when are you on? You're good, yeah?
You're good. Thanks, man.
Okay.
So you've just flown into a new city on a modeling job.
Yep.
Never been there before.
Yep.
What's the first thing that you do in a new city?
Depending on time, and if I've got time,
Got the day off.
day off.
First day.
Okay, let's go to your home city. My first day into Cape Town, I got up early and I went up, is it called Lionshead? No, called Lionshead? Yeah, Lionshead. So I went up to Lionshead and I went and explored, took photos, came back down. I ended up having a fitting in the afternoon, but that morning I spent doing that, working out, almost kind of like running, through the place, because that's when I can actually explore.
Yeah.
My first day I got to Australia, I got to Northern Beaches. I literally first day got up, went for a run, and that's my way of exploring, and also still, getting a workout in.
Yeah.
That's tends to be the go-to.
Do you have a situation, because I had a past guest on, and Ace, shout out to Ace, and he said he likes to, find like a local gym, find like a grocery store kind of thing. So like, do you like that, or do you kind of more just want to explore and see what happens and what you find?
Yeah, I mean, again, depending where I am, obviously if there's not a gym at the hotel, I'll find a way to work out just using nature, going out, finding good places to run and things like that.
Yeah.
For me, I don't necessarily let it take over my life, where I'm like, I can't do this. Some people are like, I need to eat specific things. I have to work out, do it, and that's it. I like experiences, so for me, I'd much rather go and experience a new place and see new things, and then I will work my workout around that. I'm not gonna just be like, okay, it has to be that. So that's why what I like to do is run in places, because I get the best of both worlds. And then if I've got a good gym at the hotel, then I can do a nice little lift, and that's about it. Yeah. Restaurants, of course. I mean, I'm not always looking for the best places. I'll ask around. I'm very lucky. I have a lot of friends in a lot of places in the world. So I will say, hey, do you have any suggestions? Or if not, good old Google Maps, pretty trusty. Yeah. And again, I stumbled while I was in New Orleans last week, and got in late at night, looked at Google Maps as a restaurant, or a few restaurants, a couple blocks down. I didn't know what to expect. It was kind of a weird area. And I found this amazing little restaurant. And it was just one of those things. I was just lucky to stumble upon it. And that's kind of how it goes. I just like to do stuff like that.
Did you
spontaneous.
think of the gumbo? What did you think
of the gumbo?
The gumbo. What's your, do you like it, or is it too out there?
I like it. I think it's, again, the gumbo I've had a few times, and I don't mind it at all. It's kind of a little mixture of everything, and I enjoy it. Have you ever heard of a king's cake?
Sorry.
So it's this cake they do during, I guess, again, I could be way off here, but Mardi Gras is a big thing. And so they had this on set, this king's cake, and in the king's cake, there's this little baby, toy that there's stuffed in there.
Okay. Where's this going?
Yeah.
Okay.
I picked the piece with the bloody plastic baby in it. I ate it, and I was like, oh my God, what is this? For what? And they were like, oh yeah, we probably should have told you that. I was like, yeah, that's a choking hazard. I said, I almost broke my tooth. Then, so where I'm going with it is me getting this baby is apparently good luck, and that I was then kind of the king of the day. And for the next event, I had to bring this king's cake. And it's kind of I don't even know how to explain it. It's kind of like those cinnamon scrolls.
Oh yeah? Okay, so like a cinnamon scroll.
Yeah,
okay.
It's a circle.
Okay.
And then it's got stuff, and then you can have there's cream cheese filled ones and all.
Nice.
Anyway, so that for me was new. I'd never heard of it or had it before. Apparently it's very well known, but there we go.
Ada baby got some good luck.
Yeah, apparently. I don't know. It was a random one.
I'd never heard of that before.
Me neither.
There you go. What life challenge are you most proud of conquering?
That is a really difficult question. Now, I mean, look, we have so many challenges within our life, and I think for me, I've been very fortunate. I've had nothing that's, touch wood, that's been any sort of disaster that I've had to kind of overcome or anything like that, which with family or anything like that. So in that regards, I'm thankful. The things that I've had to, overcome is more just, these personal battles that are within. And I mentioned briefly, I didn't really, I don't think, acknowledge my depression when I was going through my injury. And I think for me, that was probably the biggest battle I've had, and so for me to overcome that and find a way, I think that was amazing. I was proud of myself to, I guess, get through that and find little things that I needed to do to help navigate and get the best out of myself.
Yeah.
And it was, again, simple. It was just actually going back to my roots of, I've been an athlete my whole life. I know that being physical is what I need in my life, and that kind of just conquers everything. And so once I introduced that back into more of my lifestyle, it really helped me. So I think that was, probably one of the things of actually just accepting it. I think us as men, we don't accept mental health and things, we don't speak about it. And I still haven't really spoken much about it here and there, but it's something that I think we all need to speak about and accept. And then once you've accepted it, then it's like anything, then you can actually do something about it. We're always in denial about something.
Yeah.
So I think that was probably it.
With time, you talked about depression. What did that look like for you? How did you know you were in that place? And was there a moment, like a lightning bolt moment or an event that made you want to turn the corner? Or was it just something like, talk me through that. Like, was there a defining moment that made you want to come out of that place? Or how did you know that you were really depressed? What was the moment that you found yourself depressed?
I just kind of felt pretty empty, pretty low energy, down, and that's just not me at all.
Yeah.
Didn't really want to do anything. I felt very lost with myself, and because of that, I was like, this is not right. Like I've always been like a go-lucky, happy guy, and somewhat life of the party. Like I like to, always bring the energy and the fun.
Yeah.
And that I just didn't have that in me. I didn't want to go do anything. I was happy sitting at home and just not doing anything. For me, that was a hype. This is not right. You're not happy. You're not doing the things you need to be doing. And that really was just during that transition period from my tennis to the modeling. Basically what it come down to was my identity had gone, and trying to figure out what my identity was. And my identity, my whole life has been an athlete, tennis player. And then I go into this new career as just like, who am I? Zoolander says, who am I? Literally, looked into a spoon. It was crazy. It was a weird thing. And once I was figured out, no, that's still always a big part of me, and accepted that move to doing what I'm doing now, then that also helps, as well as having these little cues: go work out, go do this, keep active, not just physically, but then also mentally engage yourself. Go, if I'm not working, okay, try organize test shoots, go try and go do some acting classes, go do these, go read this, do that, whatever it may be, meet people, go to events, just be out there. So it's such a social industry that we're in, and very important to meet and connect. Once I started understanding all of that, then, I started feeling a lot more fulfilled again. So that's how I dealt with it.
Yeah, I loved what you said about identity, because I feel like not just men, so many people that will resonate with, because what you do isn't who you are, and it's sometimes the lines can be blurred, and finding that worth in what you do. Yeah. But that's taken away. Who are you? Yeah. And so I think that's super powerful. Thanks for sharing that, bro.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. Life doing something that is you. I mean, even now, like, people will be like, so what do you do? I always just still start with, no, I play tennis.
Yeah, it's such a massive part of
my life.
Your life. What cheers you up on a bad day?
What cheers me up on a bad day? Well, honestly, it sounds really lame, but working out, like I said, it just gets me, like, the endorphins going. I feel accomplished. I feel like I've done something. And it's also like, thank you very much. Releases any kind of frustrations. You're just like, this is annoying. This hasn't gone my way. all right, I'm just gonna destroy myself in the gym, and I feel better straight away.
So good.
Yeah, that's definitely my ammo.
That was an easy answer.
Yeah, it was an easy one, that one for me. So, well, let's try this.
It's good.
Well, that's good. Yeah. What about you?
She's been a bad day.
Yeah.
You know what? Working out's a massive part of my life as well. I love training. I would say walking by the ocean. Walking by the ocean is probably my number one because I get to clear my head and get my thoughts together, get my mind together. But yeah, fitness for sure.
Yeah, for me, if it's not working out, I love going on hikes, and this is why I love this city, Sydney. It's like, and Northern Beaches, it's unbelievable. So many like national parks. And again, from that, I like my photography, get creative. So I let go, like I'll go on my own and I'll just go and photograph stuff. And for me, that's also another massive stress reliever. And
Using my hand.
yeah, get it down you.
South African.
Yeah, South African. Yeah, and that's my second thing.
Good. Sorry.
But yeah, photography, hiking, working out, my go-to.
Nice. What's your weirdest habit?
Weirdest habit?
This should be interesting.
Well, I'm bad at, I pick my nails a lot and like, yeah.
Like doing that.
Yeah, and like sometimes my nails, no. But luckily, they're not bad. You know, there's some people like have really bad hands, like when they've done it, but I've got good hands, luckily, because of work. You know, if I had like really messed up, like I chewed them really down, I probably wouldn't get any like watch work or anything.
Just like,
just
always had his
this one.
fingers closed.
Yeah, that's it. So yeah, my agent gives me hell if we're out like having dinner or something. He's like, Miles, get those fingers out of my mouth or stop picking them. I'm like, what are you nervous about? Just I don't know. I've just always done it, but it's never been like so bad that it's like I felt like I've needed to stop. You know?
Yeah.
Not very nice habit, that.
Because didn't they say something like
not
there's
good.
more bacteria under your nails than on a toilet bowl, something like that?
That's probably why I never get sick. Great immune system. Great immune system.
Would recommend.
Yeah, would recommend. Yeah.
I actually used to bite my nails so bad.
It's a tough one.
Yeah.
Well, okay, you've got to answer that one as well then.
What have I already said?
When you eat something that's really good, it has to be like,
Oh, yeah, gets excited. There we go. The world needs to know though.
When I go into a hotel room or any accommodation, I turn the AC down to 18 degrees.
Really? Like a fridge.
Like I run hot, so I need it to be cold. That's not really weird. It's more just
weird. Some preference.
what's weird. What's the space? I'm trying to think.
Is this where we put the little bubbles in?
And to finish things off, I'm going to hit you with some fast trivia. You ready for this? All right, Mr. Competitor, here we go. Who was the first man to win 20 Grand Slam singles titles?
Federer.
Correct. True or false? The name of the first ever British satellite launched in 1957 that marked the UK's entry into the space race was called Ariel 1.
False.
True. Who is the first male model to be featured in a Vogue cover shoot?
David Gandy.
Correct.
Okay.
Which British actor famously portrayed the character of James Bond in the 1970s and 80s, becoming one of the most well-known faces in cinematic history?
Oh my God.
Come on, Miles.
He's on the tip of my tongue. He's actually the Scottish. Oh my God, his name. Can you come back to it? It's going to come into my head. Wait there.
The Chase for Carrera commercial showcases Ryan Gosling's ability to keep his cool under pressure. What is the brand's motto that aligns with this theme?
Something race for life or something. Is it something like that?
Don't crack under pressure.
Don't crack under pressure.
Go back to
Like Connery.
Roger Moore.
Roger Moore.
Miles. That's the whole show, brother.
Bad. Bad from me. That's another thing I'm bad at. Trivia. Don't take me to pub games.
If you love this episode of Banter with BC, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.